Hey, y'all, sorry about that, man. Again, I'm in a place. Let me try to walk around here. As y'all can see, man, I'm in a place doing a little job, man. And I got bad service. I want to show y'all something. I don't know who the hell going way up there. But we gotta scrape these windows, get them ready for painting. But I don't know who going way up there. I am not. I get up on them ladders, but I'm kind of scared to go that high. But anyway, back to what I was saying now. When the Shreveport Police Department pulled up on the scene, one police officer, I think it might have been Officer Satirica Mosley, she's the one that's been charged with the felony of malfeasance in office. She jumped out the truck, man, and slipped. And from that moment on, her whole attitude changed. She was like, I'm out for blood now. I want blood. And instead of making a simple officer need backup call, this woman made an officer down call, something to that nature, which about 40, 50 police units out there. Now, when the police got out there again, they were not trying to hear nobody say shit. They didn't ask nobody nothing. They just ran to the wrong house and start aggressively, very aggressively, physically handling a bunch of elderly people who were innocent. So now you get Officer Mosley out the truck, and as you can see on one video that KSLA put up, what's going on, Fred? You can see the video that KSLA put up. The one officer was holding this young lady. The young lady was real young, and you see Officer Mosley just punching the hell out this young lady. And then as you listen at her comments after the fact, she had showed no remorse. Now she's saying that the young lady swung at her. We don't know. I doubt it. But again, the Shreveport police came, and instead of trying to break up a fight, the motherfucker started a whole nother fight. Now you got Officer Philip Tucker, who's been charged with a misdemeanor crime. Damn, they sick that dog. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Officer Tucker is being charged from. Now, if anything, that should be a felony, but they got him charged with misdemeanor assault and battery. Because the dude was on the ground, man, and while the dude was on the ground, he put that dog on him, man. Come on, cuz. That was down bad. Now, I believe, again, that we have a lot of dysfunction. We have a dysfunctional police department here, man. But that situation on Mother's Day, again, I hate that it got to that point. I take responsibility for not checking my emotions and the other person who was involved, you know, as a little sympathy from what I'm hearing, that all that happened, especially to my innocent neighbors. All this stuff happened to my neighbors who basically made a phone call to try to help me out in the situation. And again, the police came over, didn't ask nobody no question. I guess they just saw the crowd over across the street, and those people over across the street, my neighbors, were basically celebrating Mother's Day with their family. I guess the police just rolled up and seen all them over there, man, and just went to swinging. Didn't ask no questions, didn't try to solve no problem, but basically created a whole nother problem. You know, it's kind of crazy, but the good thing about it is that out of all that nonsense, they actually tried to charge my neighbors with felonies. But District Attorney James Stewart didn't see any charges. I don't even know why charges probably was even brought against those people, because again, all they were doing was protecting their home, their property, from a bunch of psychopathic cops, man, who just, like I say, just ran and looking for somebody to beat up, man. So again, we glad that those charges got dropped against my neighbors. You know, we don't rejoice when somebody gets indicted or get brought up on charges, but it's in this case, those two police officers did act outside the realm of the law, man. You know, so hey, if it were one of us, we would have to face consequences. So they got to face the consequences. Again, Officer Satirica Mosley is being charged with felony malfeasance in office. I think that's from when she was hitting that girl who was basically, the girl was being held by another police, and you can see her punch her about 3-4 times. That should be a felony assault, as well as Officer Philip Tucker for putting that dog on that young man. So again, as this case goes on, I'm pretty sure they're gonna want me to come in and testify to what I saw, and I'm still trying to figure out how they were finna try to charge me with inciting a riot. Literally, they was trying to charge me. Well, this is what I heard. They never came out formally and said, but from what I heard through the back channels from the DA's office, they was trying to charge me with inciting a riot, when all I was doing was just trying to, you know, protect my home, you know. So again, everything sorted itself out. The universe has a way of allowing karma to take place. Officer Mosley shouldn't have done that, man. You shouldn't have hit that young lady like that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you saying that she swung at you, I doubt that young lady swung at you. Because hell, everybody was shocked. All of us was shocked when we seen one or two cars pull up. Everything, you know, was understandable. But next thing you know, man, the whole street is filled with police cars, man. And then they running over there, man, aggressively handling my elderly neighbor, Miss Green. And when her husband tried to, you know, say, hey, man, what the hell y'all doing, man? You know, basically, he just tried to protect his wife. And then they started handling him. You know, it was crazy, man. Again, I apologize for my part. We're going to see if the Shreveport Police Department apologize for the actions of them officers, because in reality, there should be a lot more officers facing charges. What you saying, Fred? They look like an old school bomber. It was, Fred. They jumped out the car, man. Them motherfuckers did not try to solve no problem. Like I say, the fight was over, and them motherfuckers came and started a whole nother fight with innocent people at that. It's crazy. I can understand if they came and bum rushed me, man. I wouldn't have liked it. But I can understand, because all the neighbors did was call the police to try to get the situation resolved, and the police just came out there and just started stomping people, man. Well, you get what you put out there in the universe. Officer Mosley, hate it happened to you, but you brought it on yourself. There's a time, man, for everything. And at that time, y'all should have came out there, man, and found out what was really going on instead of just jumping out them cars. When you made that bogus-ass phone call, oh, that's what brought it up on yourself. Instead of making an officer need assistance, you're going to make that cold black officer down. Some kind of code she made. That what brought all 40 of them units over there. So you got what you brought on, you know. I'm not gloating or nothing like that, but again, if it would have been us, you would have, like I say, y'all arrested my innocent neighbors for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And see how to create force y'all to drop charges against them. Now 2 of y'all own is facing charges. So when we find out a little bit more, we're going to keep y'all up to date as this story goes on, man. But until then, man, y'all stay tuned. We're going to be bringing y'all the real news behind the news. Man, Spongy Lee could see. That motherfucker was sitting there recording the video and like he was watching another video, so they not going to trust his testimony. That motherfucker got 4 eyes and still was watching the wrong fight. And he was recording it. So they're not going to take his word serious. They know he was drunk as fuck out there. But anyway, y'all be blessed, man.